Welcome to Talking Trash, and today we're at the Becker County, Detroit Lakes, City of Detroit Lakes compost site. Matt, what's going on here? Let's just do a little review.
We're grinding brush out of their city site, making little pieces of wood out of big pieces, basically.
And it's really kind of noisy, but it's really interesting. So instead of putting a match to it, we're grinding it so that we can reuse it. We'll talk about that a little bit.
Okay.
How many sites do we do just in the county?
Well, you know, that depends. We usually do about 4 sites, sometimes 5 sites.
And what sites are those that we do the brush grinding on?
Well, this year we're going to do the City of DL, City of Frazee, Abbey, Lake Sally, and the landfill. That will end up with 200 to 300 tons of grindings.
Wow, that's a lot of tons.
It is. It is.
It's kind of like a Tom and Jerry show here. And so when people bring brush out, we grind it. Is there anything that we don't want in here?
We don't want, what we do want is brush, tree limbs, you know, that kind of stuff. Nothing else but that.
We don't want anything else. We just want brush and tree limbs.
Exactly.
And what does the grinding cost?
Grinding's about $15 a ton to get that done.
That doesn't sound too bad.
Not really.
And so what happens to the ground product? What happens to that after we're done grinding it?
What the county likes to do is try to find a source for it after we get it ground or before we actually grind it. If it stays stagnant, it'll ultimately turn into compost. But there's many uses for it. A few of them are they can use that to, at the end point, generate electricity. They can use it as a biofuel for heating buildings. Companies can. Landscape companies can use it, color it, chips. You can actually put it into your compost and make compost into it. So there's different sources for it.
Is there very many places in the state of Minnesota that uses this as a biofuel? Do you know?
There is a few places, you know. It depends what they all have going, and between the state and North Dakota, they can use it too in Minnesota. Ultimately, we get people buy it here within the 2 states.
And then why? I have a question for you. Why would they grind this rather than touching a match to it? Would be a lot cheaper, but why is grinding a better option?
Well, reuse, and also people should know that if you continuously burn large amounts of brush or stumps, trees, it will eventually put arsenic into the ground naturally. And that's something that we don't want into our water source and in the ground is arsenic. So sites like this, it's not a good deal to burn every year, you know. We need to keep that arsenic out of the ground.
And ultimately, the beneficial reuse is the best, rather than just burning it or burying it, actually using it for a secondary use, such as electricity or landscaping.
Right, exactly.
Okay, and then as we sit on the compost site here, we see quite a bit of mulch, of course. But what else is here, and what else can people bring here?
Well, they can bring their yard clippings, their leaves, grass, any kind of yard cleanup type stuff. But when you do that, when you come across that, when you're cleaning up your yard, you will come across some garbage stuff. Keep that separate and bring it out to the landfill, or it doesn't come here.
Yeah, plastic bottles just don't compost well. So if you have any questions, you can give our office a call at 218-846-7310. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.